When you see me, you gonna see me by myself with that big old pistol that I got them pistol lights for. But bitch like you just wanna act like they wanna play with me, bitch. Your mama gonna be sitting around here writing out your obituary if you with me, bitch, and you come out motherfucking way. That's on Pam, bitch.
Like, when that girl upped her gun, she didn't have a chance to use it. That's the honest to God truth. That girl upped her gun on that girl first. I kid you not. And they knew this shit was finna happen. They knew it.
She pressed live, not in private, not in a text to someone who could have talked her down. She pressed live on Facebook in front of hundreds of people, and she made a promise. The promise was this: if Katina Davis crossed her, if she showed up, if she approached, Erica Reese was going to make sure Katina's mother would be writing her obituary. Hundreds of people heard it. Hundreds watched. The comment section moved, the reactions stacked, and not one person stepped in front of what was coming. On May 1st, 2022, at approximately 1:15 in the morning, police responded to the 500 block of East Patton Avenue in Montgomery, Alabama. 3 people had been shot. Erica Reese, 32 years old, was pronounced dead at the scene. An adult male was transported with life-threatening injuries. A second woman had injuries that were not life-threatening. The shooter was Katina Davis, 31, arrested, charged with murder, charged with first-degree assault, charged with second-degree assault. And the man whose name appears nowhere in any police report, nowhere in any verified news coverage, nowhere in the public record, he went home. There is a documented reason why Erica Reese could not stop once that live started. Researchers have studied it. Behavioral scientists have named it. When you understand it, really understand it, you will never look at a confrontation playing out on social media the same way again. If you are new to this channel, this is what we do here. We go deeper than the headline. We stay until we find what everybody else left behind. Subscribe and hit the bell, because every case we cover is a case somebody needs to see. But first, you need to know who Erica Reese was. Not the conflict, not the headline. Her. Erica Reese was 32 years old from Montgomery, Alabama. She had children, she had a community. She had a presence, online and in her neighborhood, that people recognized and responded to. She was not a quiet person, and that was not a flaw. She was direct, expressive. She used Facebook the way a lot of people in her world used it, to speak her mind, to stay connected, to process life out loud in front of people who knew her. That is not unusual. That is not reckless. That is what the platform is built for. A dispute had been building between Erica and a woman named Katina Davis. It was rooted in a conflict over a man whose name has never been released in any verified reporting, whose role as the catalyst for everything that followed has never been formally examined, and who, as far as the public record shows, has faced no scrutiny of any kind. That silence is not an accident. We will come back to it. For Erica, this was not a distant internet argument with a stranger. This was her world, her community, her sense of what she was owed in terms of respect and what it meant when she felt that was being taken from her. The feud had been escalating on Facebook for days, publicly, in front of an audience that included people from both of their lives. And in the hours before everything ended, Erica Reese went live. She got word that Katina Davis and the man were together somewhere. She picked up her phone, pressed that button, and told her audience exactly what she was going to do.
That hoe in the way. That hoe in the way. Hold on, them hoes don't stay on the ass side of the town in Montgomery and got a desk to keep on writing status about me. Bitch, y'all hoes live like Mexicans in 2 bedrooms. In a 2-bedroom. Leave me the alone, bitch. Leave me the alone. Get you some money. That nigga can't be getting you no money because you always talking about me. Typing about me. Everything you saying is about me. Ring around rosy face looking ass. On, bitch. Go clean up with your nasty ass. From my understanding, you don't even clean up, bitch, because you that nasty. Gas tank on E, begging ass, crybaby ass, bitch. And I'm by myself, ho. I don't need nobody no combat with me, bitch. I'm by myself. I always be by myself. Always by myself. That's all the thing. When you see me, you gonna see me by myself with that big old pistol that ain't got them pistol lights for. But bitch like you just wanna act like they wanna play with me, bitch. Your mama gonna be sitting around here writing out your obituary if you with me, bitch, and you come out motherfucking way. That's on Pam, bitch. Your mammy gonna write out your obituary, bitch. Now play with me. Sit over there and listen to all that bullshit you want to them lies. Play with me. Watch what the I do, bitch. And I ain't just talking, bitch. I know everything I'm saying, bitch. Your mammy gonna write your obituary out. You cheap ass hoe. Whole client, she stay where to Birmingham, but always on Facebook every day typing about me. Throwing shade about me like ain't nobody gonna come back and tell me what that hoe saying. Go sit in the real stylish chair and stop letting that hoe play in your head with them ugly $30, $40 ass hairdo that you be getting. Hair discounted ass bitch. That what the you need to do. Now let me get off live and go entertain and do what the fuck I was finna do. Cause this hoe right here ain't talking about nothing. She that ugly. I'm so tired of entertaining this bitch.
What happened next has a name. It is not a character flaw. It is not a personality type. It is a documented psychological mechanism that researchers have studied for decades. And it is the one thing no existing video about this case has ever examined. We are going to examine it right after we walk through what happened that night. The conflict between Erica Reese and Katina Davis did not begin on May 1st. It had been building for days, conducted almost entirely in public, on Facebook, in front of people who knew both of them. Both women were active participants. Both made their positions known. Both understood they were being watched. Erica posted publicly that she would kill Katina Davis if Katina approached her. That was not a private message. It was a public statement on her profile, visible to everyone connected to her. Katina was also escalating. The feud was bilateral. The audience was growing. Now here is the detail buried in every news report and every community video about this case. The man who was at the center of this conflict has never been publicly named. Not by police, not by local news, not in court documents available in the public record. He was the reason both women were in conflict. He was present on the night of the shooting, and he has never been held to any form of public account. We are going to hold that silence where it belongs, in plain view for the rest of this video. On the night of May 1st, Erica got word that Katina and the man were at a location together. What she did next was not impulsive in the way that word is typically used. She went live first. She made her intentions known. She told people where this was going, and then she went. According to Brittany Edwards, a witness present at the scene who went live on Facebook in the aftermath to give her account, Erica was reaching for a weapon when Katina Davis drew first and fired.
Erica said she finna shoot this gun. Let me go get this gun from Erica, girl. She's so crazy, girl. I told her, don't do this and this, just laughing like it's funny. So now my focus on her to see what direction she's going in to the Erica girl. So we watching her the whole time. So now I'm begging my friend. I'm like, come back in, friend. Like, come back in the club. This girl is not playing. Come back in. I'm begging her. She like, no, I'm finna go. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna go. We begging her. I'm pulling her everything, y'all. I'm begging her. So, boom. Next thing I know, the girl Erica coming from between on the other side of the parking lot coming through. Tell them hoes come outside. She don't know that my friend and the man already outside. Already out the door. So her focus ain't on this side. She looking at the door where me and my other best friend standing in. Tell them hoes come outside. This and the third. Tell them hoes come outside. Da, 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 da. So I'm thinking that she putting me in the mix. I'm thinking she talking to me because she looking at me and my best friend or whatever. So I'm like, what the fuck this girl got going on? Walking up to her, asking her what she got going on. This, that, and the third. So as I get a few more steps, my best friend yell and say, no, Brittany, she got a gun. She got a gun. So I turn to run back. And by the time I turned to run back, y'all, I just heard shots. Like, when that girl upped her gun, she didn't have a chance to use it. That's the honest to God truth. That girl upped her gun on that girl first. I kid you not. And they knew this shit was finna happen. They knew it. That girl went out that club a whole 30 to 45 minutes before that girl even left out of there. And the cameras and shit gonna show that shit. That girl upped her gun on that girl first, y'all. And her friends knew it. They could have stopped that shit. They could have made that girl go home. They could have made that girl go the fuck home. So yeah, it's sad that she been taken away from her kids, but y'all play a big part in that shit because y'all didn't stop y'all friend. Y'all could have told her it ain't worth it. You got children, go home. Y'all should have been telling her that before she pulled that gun. Y'all supposed been telling her that then. Y'all with the bullshit. That's y'all supposed been telling her that right then before this shit even escalated, before my friend even came out the club. Y'all supposed been telling y'all friend, let's go. This shit ain't worth it. Y'all let that girl get hurt. Y'all let that girl get fucking hurt. Because if you going around telling somebody, you gonna shoot me when I come out the club, you damn right I'ma be ready. What you think I'ma let you hurt me? I'ma be ready, cause you already bragging. You bragging saying what you finna do to me. So when you come up on the fuck shit, y'all, she went so focused that she didn't even knew the girl was already out the club. So when she pulled her gun, she was too late because she looking at the wrong shit. And what her friends was then, they let her walk over there by herself. They knew she was coming over there to pull her gun on that girl. They stood back. Her fucking friend stood back. I'll never forget that bitch face. I would never forget her friend face. And I'ma tell it to the motherfucking police that she knew what her friend was finna motherfucking do. I don't know that her name, but I'll never forget her face because I watched her. I watched them let that shit go down, y'all. I watched them friends. It's the friends for me. They thought that shit was funny. But the shoe ended up on the other fucking feet. They thought that shit was funny. I ain't see shit funny about that shit. I begged my motherfucking friend, but she had to protect herself. It was either a kill or be killed situation, y'all. And that's on my churn. I would not lie. It was kill or be killed. I swear to God. If she wouldn't have shot her, she would have been dead today. That's exactly how that shit went down. Them folks sat there and let that girl get killed. They could have took her home. She was been out that club. That girl waited on her to come out that club. All this shit over a nigga. Really? Let that shit go. What? Y'all act like these niggas got gold on they or some shit. What the fuck? I'm not finna, I ain't finna, Nope. Two lives. And God is trying to tell me something, y'all. I keep being in these close-ass situations. I keep being in these close-ass situations. Like, I'm so sorry what happened to that girl. But that's my friend that took away from her children that she had to do.
That account is what drove the self-defense argument that surfaced in the days following the arrest. To be precise, this is what a witness claimed. It has not been verified as a court-confirmed finding in any public record available to this channel. We are presenting it as what it is, a witness account, not established fact. What is established fact is this. Montgomery police responded to the 500 block of East Patton Avenue at approximately 1:15 in the morning. 3 people had been shot. Erica Reese, 32, was pronounced dead at the scene from a fatal gunshot wound. An adult male victim, whose name was not publicly released, suffered life-threatening injuries. A second adult female victim, also not publicly named, suffered injuries that were not life-threatening. Katina Davis, 31, was arrested, charged with murder for the death of Erica Reese, charged with first-degree assault for the male victim whose life was in danger, charged with second-degree assault for the second female victim. Initial bail, $1,545,000. District Judge Pamela Higgins subsequently reduced that bail. The Montgomery community responded with immediate vocal outrage. The perception, stated plainly, was that the reduction communicated something about how much Erica Reese's life was worth to the system now adjudicating her death. Katina Davis was ultimately convicted on multiple counts. In the aftermath of the shooting, the social media documentation did not stop. Brittany Edwards went live on Facebook to give her account of what she had seen. The platform that hosted the escalation became the platform on which the aftermath was processed, in real time, by people who had been watching from the beginning. Think about what that means. From the first public threat to the last witness statement, this entire case played out on Facebook. The threats lived there. The audience lived there. The live that made backing down impossible lived there. And the aftermath lived there too. That is not a coincidence. That is a system. And it brings us to the question at the center of this video. Why, when everything was documented, the threats, the live, the audience, the escalation, all of it visible in real time, did it still end the same way? There is an answer. But before we go there, one more thing the record needs you to notice. The male victim, the man who was shot on East Patton Avenue that night, who nearly died. His name was never released. His relationship to both women, his role in the events, his experience of that night, none of it is in the public record. And the man whose presence set everything in motion, also unnamed, also unexamined, hold that. In 1984, a social psychologist named Robert Cialdini published a book called Influence. In it, he documented one of the most consistent drivers of human behavior, the principle of commitment and consistency. Once a person publicly commits to a position, they will go to extraordinary lengths to remain consistent with that commitment. Not because they are stubborn or irrational, but because the alternative, reversing course in front of an audience that witnessed the commitment, carries a psychological cost that the human brain processes as a genuine threat. This is not a theory about weak people. This is a documented feature of human psychology that applies across demographics, education levels, and social contexts. What researchers call public commitment escalation is the specific phenomenon where a person who has made a public commitment loses access to the cognitive off-ramp that would allow them to back down. The off-ramp still exists. They could still choose differently, but the psychological cost of using it has been raised so high by the presence of an audience that most people, in that moment, cannot absorb it. When Erica Reese pressed live on Facebook and told her audience what she was going to do, she did not just make a statement. She made a commitment in front of hundreds of people. And every person who watched, every comment, every reaction, every person who stayed in that stream became, in behavioral science terms, a commitment enforcement mechanism. They were not neutral observers. They were, by their presence, holding her to what she had said, not intentionally, not maliciously. But that is what audiences do in commitment situations. Their presence does not create an off-ramp, it closes one. Now layer the second framework on top of that. There is a body of research in social psychology, distinct from the bystander effect, on how the presence of an audience in conflict situations affects the likelihood of escalation. Most of us assume that witnesses create accountability, that people are less likely to do something destructive when others are watching. In certain contexts, that is true. But in conflict situations where social status and public commitment are already at stake, the research shows the opposite. The audience escalation effect, documented in studies on group conflict, street-level disputes, and social media confrontations, shows that an audience in these conditions measurably increases the probability of violence. Not because the audience encourages it directly, because their presence raises the perceived cost of backing down. And backing down is the only thing that stops the escalation. The audience watching Erica Reese's live was doing what audiences do: watching, commenting, reacting. And in doing so, without intending to, without knowing the outcome, they were part of the mechanism. They were raising the cost of de-escalation with every second they stayed in the stream. This is not blame. This is anatomy. Naming the mechanism is the only way to see it clearly enough to interrupt it the next time. Now here is what the framework does not say, and this matters. It does not say Erica Reese had no choice. It does not say she was a passive participant carried there by forces beyond her control. That would be both false and disrespectful to who she was. What the research says is that the cost of choosing differently had been raised so high by the public commitment, by the audience, by the social stakes now on the record in front of her community, that most people in that exact position would have made the same calculation. Not because they are reckless, because they are human. And humans under those conditions respond to those pressures in documented, predictable ways. Erica Reese was not a case study. She was a 32-year-old woman from Montgomery, Alabama, who had children, who had a community, who was navigating a conflict in a world that offered no institutional mechanism to interrupt what was happening. The framework explains the mechanism. It does not explain away her humanity. Both things are true. They have to be. Now, the institutional failures, because the psychology is only part of the story. Facebook hosted a public death threat and did not intervene. That is not a moral accusation. It is a documented fact. The threat was public. The audience was real. The escalation was visible. The platform systems did not interrupt it. The community members watching did not intervene in any way that changed the outcome. This is not a condemnation of those individuals. It is a reflection of the audience escalation dynamic itself. In a live digital stream, the architecture of the platform does not create space for intervention. It creates space for observation. And then there is the bail reduction. When Judge Pamela Higgins reduced Katina Davis's bond, the community's response was not simply emotional. It was a reading of what that decision communicated about the value the system placed on Erica Reese's life. The community understood something the legal framing of a bail hearing does not capture, that the decisions made in the days after a death tell the victim's family exactly how much that death is worth to the institutions governing them. Now, the man. His name does not appear in any police statement, not in any local news coverage, not in any court document in the public record. He was the reason both women were in conflict. He was present on the night 3 people were shot. He is the documented catalyst for everything in this video. And he has never been named. We are not going to speculate on his identity. What we are going to do is name the silence, plainly, clearly, on the record, as editorially significant. 2 women's lives were destroyed over a conflict he was at the center of. 1 woman is dead. 1 is convicted. The male victim nearly died. And the man whose presence set this in motion has faced no public scrutiny, no naming, no accountability of any kind. That is not an oversight. It is a pattern, and it deserves to be named as one. At what point in this timeline do you think intervention was still possible? Drop your answer in the comments. Because that question matters more than any verdict. Katina Davis was convicted on multiple counts related to the shooting death of Erica Reese and the injuries to 2 additional victims that night. A court examined the evidence and reached a verdict. Let's be precise about what that conviction resolved. It resolved the question of Katina Davis's criminal liability. That is what the legal system is designed to do, and in this case, it did it. Here is what it did not resolve. It did not name the man. He remains unnamed. His role as catalyst has never been examined in any court proceeding in the public record. The conviction closed a chapter that never included him. It did not name the male victim, the man who was shot that night, who sustained life-threatening injuries, who nearly died. His name was never publicly released. His relationship to the people involved, his experience of that night, none of it is in the public record. It did not change the platform. Facebook hosted the escalation, the threat, the live, and the aftermath. The conviction did not alter the conditions that allowed any of that to happen. It did not resolve the community's grief. Montgomery lost Erica Reese. Her children lost their mother. The outrage over the bail reduction did not disappear when the conviction came. A conviction does not unsay what the community already understood about how the system valued her life. Both of these women had children. That is not a detail to mention once and move past. It is the weight that sits underneath every other fact in this case. 2 families, multiple children. Lives permanently altered by a conflict that played out on a phone screen in front of hundreds of people, that an audience watched in real time, that no institution interrupted, and that ended on a street in Montgomery, Alabama at 1:15 in the morning. The community understood the systemic dimension of this before any framework was applied to it. They named the unnamed man in their own conversations even when the news did not. They named the bail reduction as a statement about Erica's worth even when the legal system called it a procedural decision. The conviction closed a chapter. It did not close the question. And the question is this: if everything was documented, the threats, the live, the audience, the escalation, all of it visible, why did it still end the same way? Let's bring this together. Erica Reese was a 32-year-old woman from Montgomery, Alabama. She had children who knew her, a community that recognized her. She was in a real conflict over something that felt like a matter of respect and what she was owed, and she navigated it in the only space available to her. There was no institution to call, no mechanism to interrupt what was building. There was an audience and a phone and a man whose name no one in the public record has seen fit to put on the record. What the behavioral science tells us: once the conflict went public, the architecture of de-escalation collapsed. Public commitment escalation closed the off-ramp. The audience escalation effect raised the cost of backing down to a level that the human psychology, any human psychology, not just hers, struggles to absorb. The platform had no mechanism to interrupt it, and the people watching did what audiences do. They watched. The conviction that followed is not the resolution. It is the legal punctuation at the end of a sentence that the system, the platform, and the unnamed man all helped write. Katina Davis is convicted. Erica Reese is dead. The man is unnamed. The platform is unchanged. And somewhere right now, another live is being pressed. Another audience is forming. Another public commitment is being made in front of people who will hold it in place without meaning to. If you made it to the end of this video, you already know that this channel is not interested in recaps. We are interested in the truth underneath the headline. The psychology, the system failures, the names that never make it into the news report. If that is the kind of content that matters to you, subscribe right now. Hit the notification bell so you never miss when we drop a new case. And if this video made you think differently about something you have seen play out on your own timeline, share it. Because the cases that do not get the analysis they deserve are the ones that keep repeating. Erica Reese deserved better than the options she had. Her children deserve their mother. The next Facebook Live is already recording somewhere. What are we going to do differently?